Hi, I'm Bianca. I'm an accountant who lives for spreadsheets and planning. My husband thinks it's adorable how I color code our budget. We've been married for 3 years now, and let me tell you, Jake is everything I could have asked for. Kind, funny, and hardworking. The only problem? His family. Babe, did you double check our resort reservation? I don't want any surprises. For the third time, yes. Everything's confirmed, paid in full, and I even requested the ocean view room you wanted. I smiled at Jake as he packed his swimming trunks. This vacation had been our dream for 2 years. 12 months of overtime shifts, brown bag lunches, and saying no to random shopping sprees. We'd saved exactly $6,000 for 7 days at Blue Lagoon Resort in the Bahamas. I still can't believe we're actually going. Remember when your mom tried to get us to loan her our vacation fund for her kitchen remodel? Jake winced. Please don't bring up Carol right now. Let's just enjoy ourselves. His parents, Carol and Richard, had a talent for financial emergencies that mysteriously aligned with whenever we had savings. Last Christmas, they needed new tires. When we bought our house, they suddenly needed dental work. Each time, Jake would cave until I started hiding our savings accounts. Did you tell your family we'll be away? Just Tyler. But don't worry, he won't tell Mom and Dad. Jake's brother Tyler was cut from the same cloth as their parents. Always broke, always with his hand out. He'd even moved back home at 32 after his third eviction. I still think we should have invited Maya instead, I teased. Your best friend sees you more than I do. Besides, she's helping us by checking our mail and watering the plants. Maya was my rock. When Jake's family drama got too intense, she'd pour wine and remind me why I married him despite his baggage. Hey, I already texted the resort manager about our early arrival. Her name is Olivia, and she seems super helpful. She's arranging champagne in our room. I'd been corresponding with Olivia for weeks, making sure everything would be perfect. She'd even helped me plan a sunset dinner for Jake's birthday during our stay. 3 hours later, our plane touched down in paradise. Palm trees swayed as our taxi pulled up to Blue Lagoon Resort, a stunning white building overlooking turquoise water. Welcome to Blue Lagoon, Olivia greeted us at reception. I've got you all set up in our premium oceanfront suite. The lobby was breathtaking. Marble floors, tropical flowers, and ceiling fans spinning lazily overhead. I squeezed Jake's hand as we followed Olivia to our room. Your balcony faces the sunset, and I've arranged for daily housekeeping at 11 a.m., unless you prefer another time. That's perfect, Olivia. Thank you for everything, I said, admiring the spacious room with its king-sized bed and private jacuzzi. After Olivia left, Jake pulled me onto the balcony. The ocean stretched before us, waves gently lapping at pristine white sand. No in-laws, no drama, no financial emergencies. Just us. We did it, Bianca. 7 days of paradise. If only I'd known those would be our last peaceful moments. Our first morning in paradise was everything I'd dreamed of. Jake and I lounged on pristine beach chairs, fruity drinks in hand, not a care in the world. This is the life. No emails, no deadlines, just us and this view. Jake clinked his glass against mine. You were right about splurging on the cabana rental. Worth every penny. See? This is why you married me. Superior vacation planning skills. We spent the afternoon swimming in crystal clear water and napping under palm trees. By evening, we'd showered and dressed for dinner at the resort's fanciest restaurant. I made reservations at the Pearl. The concierge said it's the best seafood on the island. Halfway through our lobster dinner, I noticed Jake staring over my shoulder, his face draining of color. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Before he could answer, a familiar voice boomed behind me. Surprise! Look who we found on vacation! I turned to see Carol and Richard standing there, grinning like they'd won the lottery. Behind them were Tyler and a blonde woman I didn't recognize. Mom, Dad, Tyler, what are you doing here? Jake stammered. We decided to surprise you. Isn't this wonderful? Carol pulled up a chair without asking. This is Alicia, Tyler's new girlfriend. For the next hour, they crashed our romantic dinner, ordering the most expensive items on the menu while I sat in stunned silence. When the bill came, Richard patted his pockets. Shoot, forgot my wallet at home. Jake, you got this, right? Family helps family. Back in our room, the truth came out. What do you mean you don't have a room? Or money? How did you even get here? Carol shrugged. We used our emergency credit card for flights. We figured we'd stay with you. Your room is plenty big. Are you kidding me? This was our vacation that we saved for 2 years? Richard scoffed. Don't be selfish, Bianca. Family helps family. Right, Jake? I watched in horror as Jake's resolve crumbled. Maybe just for tonight, and we can figure something out tomorrow? Absolutely not. There are 4 of you and 1 king bed. Carol smiled sweetly. The girls can share the bed with Jake, and the men can take the floor. Problem solved. I pulled Jake onto the balcony. They planned this. They're trying to hijack our vacation. What am I supposed to do? They're my parents, and they're already here. Tell them to get their own room. With what money? You know they're broke. That's not our problem. When we returned inside, Tyler and Alicia were already unpacking. The next morning, I woke to find Carol wearing my beach cover-up and using my expensive sunscreen. At breakfast, I checked our room charges on the resort app and nearly choked. Jake, they charged $300 worth of drinks and spa services to our room last night. They what? Mom, did you use our room number for charges? Carol didn't even look guilty. We're family, we'll pay you back someday. That was the moment something snapped inside me. I slammed my hand on the table. This ends now. You have until noon to find another solution or I'm going to security. Richard laughed. Jake, control your wife. This attitude is why holiday gatherings are so tense. I stood up, trembling with rage. Jake, either you handle your family or I will. And trust me, you won't like my solution. I spent the afternoon hiding by the pool while Jake's family turned our dream vacation into their personal paradise. Carol had commandeered my beach bag. Richard ordered room service on our tab. And Tyler and Alicia were making out in our hot tub. I decided to head back to the room for some Advil when I overheard voices from our balcony. I can't believe how perfectly this worked out, Carol laughed. When Tyler mentioned they were coming here, I knew it was the perfect opportunity. And Jake is such a pushover, Richard replied. Always has been. Unlike that wife of his. Don't worry about Bianca. She'll cave like she always does. Jake won't let his own parents sleep on the beach. I froze behind the door, my blood boiling. This wasn't a coincidence. They'd planned this ambush all along. I stormed onto the balcony. You knew we were coming here? You deliberately followed us? Carol didn't even have the decency to look embarrassed. Don't be so dramatic. What's the big deal? We're family. No, you're parasites, and this ends now. How dare you? After all we've done for Jake. This is why you'll never truly be part of this family. You're too selfish to understand what family means. I found Jake at the beach bar. Your mother just admitted they planned this whole thing. Tyler told them we were coming here. Come on. They probably just wanted a vacation, too. Are you kidding me? They're charging everything to our room. They're sleeping in our space. They're wearing my clothes. What do you want me to do? Throw my parents out? Yes, that's exactly what I want. Can't we just help them this one time, please? For me? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I walked away before I said something I'd regret. I called Maya from a quiet corner of the resort. They did what? Oh, hell no. That's psychological warfare. Jake won't stand up to them. I'm about to book a flight home. Don't you dare let them win. You need to teach them all a lesson. Here's what you do. After our call, I marched to the front desk and asked for Olivia. I need to discuss some unauthorized charges and potentially report trespassing. Olivia looked concerned as she pulled up our account. Miss Bianca, there are over $1,200 in additional charges since yesterday. And our staff reported multiple unauthorized guests in your room. Those people are not authorized to charge anything to our room. I need all these charges documented separately. Of course. Would you like security involved? Not yet, but I might tomorrow. Back at the room, I overheard Carol on the phone. Yes, Aunt Linda, plenty of room. Bring Uncle Dave and the kids. Jake and Bianca have this beautiful suite. No, don't worry about money. They're covering everything. That was it, the final straw. I implemented the first part of Maya's plan. I secretly photographed all their belongings in our room and recorded Carol inviting more family. Then I called the airline. I need to change our return flight, please. 2 passengers as soon as possible, and I need it to be completely confidential. That night, as everyone slept, I quietly packed our essentials into one suitcase. Tomorrow would be the day I finally taught them all a lesson about consequences, including my husband. I woke up before dawn, our packed suitcase hidden in the closet. Jake was still asleep on the couch where he'd crashed after another argument. I texted Olivia that we'd be checking out early and needed a private meeting. At breakfast, I dropped the bomb. I have something to show everyone. I pulled out my phone and played the recording of Carol inviting more relatives. Funny how you said this was a spontaneous trip when you've been planning to ambush us all along. Carol's face went white. You were spying on us? No, I was protecting myself, and there's more. I pulled out the resort bill. You've charged over $2,000 to our room in 2 days. Spa treatments, jet ski rentals, champagne. Richard shrugged. We're on vacation, don't be so uptight. Here's what's happening. Jake and I have a flight leaving in 3 hours. You all can either find your own way home or stay here. But these charges are now your responsibility. Tyler laughed. Yeah, right. Like you'd actually leave us stranded. I turned to Jake. It's time to go. Our Uber will be here in 15 minutes. Jake looked between me and his family, completely blindsided. You booked flights? Without telling me. I tried talking. Nobody listened. Carol turned on the waterworks. Jake, honey, you wouldn't abandon your own mother in a foreign country. I pulled Jake aside. This is it. The moment you decide what kind of marriage we have. Either we leave together or I leave alone. Permanently. 20 minutes later, we were in an Uber with our suitcase. Jake kept looking back at the resort. They'll figure it out, right? They won't actually get in trouble? I spoke with Olivia. The resort has their IDs from check-in. The charges will go to collections if they don't pay. That's not our problem. They're still my family, Bianca. And I'm your wife. When do I become your priority? The airport confrontation was the real turning point. This isn't about one vacation, Jake. This is about our entire relationship. Every time they call with an emergency, you drop everything. Every time they insult me, you let it slide. I won't live like this anymore. What do you want me to do? Choose. Right here, right now. Them or us. He stared at the departure board for what felt like eternity. Us. I choose us. 6 months later, the fallout was still unfolding. Carol and Richard had been sent to collections for the $4,500 resort bill. Tyler had drunk texted Jake about us being cold-hearted monsters. But something fundamental had changed. Your mom called again, I said, handing Jake his phone. I'll call her back tomorrow, during the designated weekly call time. The boundaries we'd established were holding. No more financial emergencies, no more surprise visits, no more emotional manipulation. We were packing for a new vacation, a cruise where we'd be unreachable by phone for 10 glorious days. I never properly thanked you, Jake said, folding his shirts into our suitcase. For what? For being strong enough to do what I couldn't. For saving our marriage. I smiled, remembering how close I'd come to walking away from everything. Olivia sent an email. Apparently your parents tried booking at Blue Lagoon again next month. Let me guess, they were blacklisted? Banned for life. We both burst out laughing. The best revenge wasn't just escaping that day. It was building a life where we were finally free from toxic control. Ready for a family-free vacation? More than ready. And this time, we're not coming back early. Would you have left your in-laws stranded at a resort with a $4,500 bill? Or do you think Bianca went too far? Many believe family should always come first, no matter what, while others feel boundaries are necessary even with family. What would you have done in this situation? If you enjoyed this revenge story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about standing up to toxic people. Your comments help us create content you want to see.